Carl Taylor is home. He's a professor of sociology at MSU who spends a lot of his time down here in Detroit. It's where he grew up.
This is actually the house that I first grew up in right here.
But when you listen to him, you realize a lot of his memories seem out of place. The place has changed.
My mother used to come up here, and he was a baby, and I went to that first school up there, and on Fridays, because I was a good boy, I'm in elementary school, she met me here at Buddy's Barbecue, which was not some slop place. It was clean. We had the little cups with the coleslaw with the pleats in it.
Yeah.
You understand? All those things. And we have barbershops and beauty salons, everything, the internal organs that keeps a community real. That's what made it neighborhoods, opposed to when we drift into hoods, was just a conquest of thuggery. And it has allowed to grow because people have forgotten their humanity. So a lot of these young guys and young women, we grab them and let them understand this is where we go back to. And this has nothing to do with dollars. This has everything seriously to do with heart.
So how are you going to bring the humanity back to a place like this?
Just like we're doing now. These young people here teaching them this is what this is, rebuilding it brick by brick. That's what it is.
He teaches college kids about what's going on here, trying to help them see the reality of a place like this. He works with younger kids and gang kids, trying to help them see what's still possible in a place like this. He sees what was. He sees what can be.
We have to demand peace, absolutely. You know, we may look different, but we're the same, and that's not corny, that's real. This is really gonna, we're not gonna solve anything, because if people wanna take me on, then I said, what is the last 40 years of beating people up, locking them up, executing and killing them, what has it produced? More hate, more polarization. But we're convinced that I wouldn't be Carl Taylor today if it wasn't someone giving peace a chance. You know, all the loving people up and down this strip, and I'm serious, these little people now, when I come back and we have a lady that's 94 years old, she'll grab my cheek today. Have you been a good boy? I'm like, I don't let too many people grab my cheek. But it's seriously, that is what made me what I am. That's why I'm back here. I owe something here. That's when I was taught by my parents, by this community, by these schools. I'm a product of this. So if it's injured and it's looking like this, then I'm injured. I gotta give back.
So when you look around and you see it's like this, and you see all the work that needs to be done, and you talk about all the trouble that's happened here, are there enough people that are living around here that still have the heart, the love, and the humanity to fight back all those people that don't have it, that lost it?
No, there's not enough people. I'm not gonna be dishonest. No, there's not. We need help. You know, it's kind of like, you think I'm a corny guy, it's like Stevie Wonder's song. Love is in need of love today because hate is winning. That's what it looks like. No, that's the problem. We've had hideous acts by people in here, people who are living as survivors. When you survive, that's not what you want. You want to live and bloom and to breathe. So no, we don't.
The streets are still here, but the feeling has changed. It's not that he wants to change it back. He wants to change it forward. He says change has to come from inside the neighborhoods and outside. He says it has to come from younger people. Those are the ones he's trying to get to.
I think this young generation, urban, suburban, rural, share some things that I think are not good. And it's my job as an older guy, as an old head, to help them with that. Not to talk down to them, but to teach them. I'm a teacher. I'm a communicator. This is what I am. And so like when my kids come up at the university and say, well, Dr. Taylor, I don't want to go to the slums. So I said, what is the slum? You know? And I start off my class, I said, think about this. Think about going to the prom and living here, or being homeless and you want to go to the prom. Because you're homeless or you live in these shabby places, does that mean that you don't want to have a regular date like a regular young person? Does it mean that you have the same? I think people have things in common. But we demonize one group, and it's scary. And it's scary to me. I see things here that are scary. I mean, I come out at night in my field research and I have to bring tough guys with me. That doesn't make me feel good.
You still see hope?
Oh, absolutely. That's the best question you asked me. And that's the toughest one. I think without hope, then forget it. Batman's dead. Seriously. If you don't have hope, then you have nothing. And can we get it back? I say yes, you know. You know what Gandhi said? You know, he said the worst violence is poverty. And I piggyback that and said that the worst violence is poverty of spirit. And that's what my mother taught me, my grandmother, my mother, my father. What I'm saying is, you know, my grandma said, you can have one shirt, Carl. That shirt better be clean, You wash it out every day. If this is the front of my house, I clean it every day. I take pride. We lost all of that, and that's when you become hopeless. And when you become hopeless, then that's when the demons take over.
You're talking about your mother, your grandmother, your father, and all that sort of stuff. That's basic stuff. That's basic human stuff. So, if it's basic human stuff, why Michigan State University? Why
Michigan State? It's a land-grant institution.
Now that's a PR answer.
No, that's true though. Well, you're absolutely right. That in one sense, a lot of people use it as PR. I take it for the spirit, seriously. That land grants out of FDR meant to get out and to help the common man. It did not stop at the farms. Why shouldn't it extend itself to everywhere in the urban communities? So absolutely, and I have something to give. I came from this community. I went to MSU. I bring this back to here. That's what's important. I also get past the point of people saying, no, I don't have to live right here. I'm telling you, I don't have to live here in the midst of guns and all that, but I am still part of this community, as you are. I think that's the difference that I'm saying to the larger community. Oh, yes, this is your community. When they start all this racial polarization, what has it gotten us? Not a damn thing, seriously. So we take from them. I learn from them. They learn from me. If we don't have this interconnection, then again, here's the example of what happened.
Now, I asked you if it could come back, and you said yeah, but you took a minute to think about it. So yeah, it's not an instant,
no, it's not.
It's coming back.
No, absolutely not. That would be dishonest. It really would. But yeah, I did hesitate, and that's a good eye on your part. That's true. Hesitated like hell. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I really did, you know.
Perhaps the hesitation is because the question is so hard. For Carl Taylor, this is home. Moving through the neighborhoods he remembers, he can't help but be struck by how much of what he remembers is lost. But maybe around the next corner, there will be some more hope. It's what he teaches every day, no matter if it's in a classroom in East Lansing or here on the streets. For him, hope is here. And if it's not, well, then you have to make some.